Hey everyone, welcome back to another Mini-Sode, where today we'll be talking about Justice League Heroes. The plot of Heroes starts with the League learning that a series of crimes are being committed by numerous villains being assisted by Brainiac. When they discover that the robotic madman is working to unleash a darker evil, it's up to our heroes to stop Brainiac and save the Earth once more. Truthfully, the story in JLH is about as good as an episode from the animated series, which means you'll probably figure out the dark villain coming from the other side before you get to the halfway point of the game. It's a shame because this could have been a great chance to come up with a good story, but instead they played it safe with a plot used numerous times, even more recent with the, at the time of this recording, new cut of Justice League. As far as gameplay goes, JLH is an action RPG in the vein of Diablo, where you and another player, if you wish, progress through each stage, fighting enemies and opening doors until you get to the boss. There are some doors you have to unlock by completing a button press, but sadly Heroes doesn't have many of the trappings that other action RPGs had at the time, like a central hub or side objectives to complete. This is strictly a get-to-the-end type of game. That isn't to say there aren't things that you collect to make it worthwhile. Now, granted, there's no weapons, armor, or add-ons of the sort, but instead you have boosts. When you defeat an enemy, they'll sometimes drop a colored orb or boost of different levels that can enhance an ability or stat for your heroes, like damage output, cooldown, or increase your health, to name a few. Very similar to the materia system in Final Fantasy VII. What's cool about these boosts is that you can combine 3 of them to make a stronger orb, though be careful as this can't be reversed. You'll also come across these tokens that you can use to redeem extras such as new costumes and unlockable heroes. Speaking of heroes, the best of the League is represented here with Superman, Batman, The Flash, 3 Green Lanterns, Green Arrow, Hawkgirl, Huntress, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Zatanna for your roster. It's not as expansive as one of the Marvel RPGs, but at least there's some good picks, even if Plastic Man is once again forgotten. What do you have against that guy, really? Despite not having as much side content as its contemporaries, Justice League Heroes still plays pretty well, though the difficulty can be taxing in spots, mostly due to not having health pickups, but instead having a regen timer as one of your skills. Thankfully, the checkpoints are plentiful, so backtracking won't be a major issue. Also, the game tends to be a bit glitchy, though I have to admit it looks to be more for comedic purposes. In the visual department, JLH looks pretty good for a late Xbox game. The stages are quite diverse, such as Metropolis, both above and underground, Mars, Siberia, and even outer space. Of course, the top-down angle complements that design. Meanwhile, the League themselves look pretty good, with their designs reminiscent of the Justice League cartoon that ran at the time. Though in cutscenes, some of the heroes look a bit off. I'm looking at you, Batman. As for enemies, the main bosses look great, but it seems like there just isn't much variety in terms of regular enemies. It's mostly robots and goofy-looking aliens. For audio, the music, while not bad, doesn't really feel like it fits this game, at least some of the songs. They're mostly orchestral, but a few tracks feel like they're channeling Metal Gear more than the Super Friends. Voice acting isn't too shabby either, with a few recognizable actors and actresses, such as Crispin Freeman as Superman.
We're going to try and get into Star Labs and help those people. Superman out. Destroy all platforms. Impressive. Let's wreck them.
Courtney Taylor is Wonder Woman.
There's a problem.
We'll just have to do it the hard way. Let's find the silos.
Bet your magic lasso that the missile silos are on the other side of those guys.
But we're gonna find out as soon as we take them down.
Michael Jai White as Green Lantern John Stewart.
I'm triangulating from Batman's last recorded position. Found it. A communications relay center in the Sakha Republic, former Soviet Union.
And what is the most surprising role cast to me? Ron Perlman as Batman.
Having a rough day?
Killer Frost's about to have a worse one.
We're gonna try and recall the missile.
Count again. There are multiple launch sequences already in progress. They've made extensive modifications to the design. Safest thing to do is blow them up on the ground.
And the one in the air?
Have Superman intercept it.
Something's wrong with the watchtower sensors. Jean's trying to fix it, but...
I'll go up and help him. In case you need them. Jean, bring me to the watchtower.
Justice League Heroes isn't a great action RPG, but it's not a terrible one either. It sits comfortably in the middle, which, given the track record of Snowblind Studios' work in the genre, is a little disappointing. Still, even though it may not have the breadth of, say, X-Men Legends or Marvel Ultimate Alliance, it's still a fun time to play through, especially with a friend. Of course, if you want more Justice League action, you could play the DS and GBA games, as they seem to actually be a prequel and side story respectively. It probably would have been better if that content was just added to the main game instead, but what can you do? And with that, this is the Dali Popka saying, as always, stay green, my friends. I'll see you next time.